Hello, this is Scottish Property Sourcing, and I'm Graham Monson. I'm going to give you a rundown of our core products and what we do. We are a data analytics company specializing in the real estate sector in terms of for sale properties and projected yields for those properties within a given area. So we give high frequency reporting on a daily basis with up to date data, ingesting over 100 new properties every single day to give you the most up to date reporting on the given current for sale market. So you can imagine yourself scrolling through Rightmove trying to find yourself a new profitable property and trying to speculate how profitable will be, marking up spreadsheets and doing this for every single given property is an impossible task. Data will slip through and you will miss golden opportunities. And this is a hole we aim to fix. So I'll give you a bit of background on our company. We are a tech startup. We aim to give a data platform for the Scottish rental and property market, trying to give up the most high frequency and accurate analytics for all new properties, not just the ones that you can see on the time you've got. Everybody's got so little time these days, and this is only going to grow in problem as the Scottish property market and the wider market becomes more popular and more congested, meaning that there is far too much data to run through for most people on their given schedules. So we aim to fix that with a daily report that only gives you the properties that we speculate to be the most profitable. So we are Scottish Property Sourcing under the company Homely Limited, trading name. And I'm Graham Monson. I have a background in data engineering and data analytics, particularly in finance and business intelligence, to give the most informed and up-to-date decisions in terms of reporting this data, formatting it, and essentially what I do is I process large amounts of data, clean it up, and make it accessible. And this gives the most informed decisions for businesses, particularly the one I work for, and also making it understandable is the main point of this. And that's what I aim to do with the Scottish property market is make it accessible to everybody and also give the widest view possible to give you the most informed and most accurate and profitable decisions possible. So I've worked in medical devices also. So yeah, I have a lot of span of experience dealing with data sets and large amounts of data. And I also have a keen interest in the Scottish rental market, or well, just the real estate market. You can ask any data analyst, they will have some sort of data they want to work on. So there'll be data that bores them and data that interests them. Real estate is an area that really does interest me. It's it's complicated to analyze and it's complicated to project, especially on a large scale. But again, like I say, this is my speciality, and I hope to bring you more informed decisions as I did as a keen interest of mine. So this is just something I want to share. How we do this is with an open source platform called Airflow, which is a task scheduler. So essentially, we use this platform to interlink processes and create a whole data pipeline, which then at the end provides you with an up-to-date report, giving you speculated yields and sort of sheets and balances. So it gives you incomings and outgoings of a predicted mortgage, the average mortgage rate, and so on and so forth. This is all hosted on AWS, so cloud computing. If you know anything about this, it's not particularly interesting, but this is how we do it. We use cloud computing so you can know that our service is reliable and redundant. So let me run you through one of our test reports that we have here in our trial phases. So this will be free until we develop a monetized product, and we will inform you as such when we feel that monetized product is viable, and we want to sell you something that is that you will want to pay for. We feel that in our current stages, there is some improvement to be done in the quality of the report, but we feel that people will be able to have value even in the free version currently. So we want to distribute this. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you find it useful, and any feedback would be encouraged. So let's go here. Right, so yeah, as you can see, this is a test report. The one you receive will be more refined, but it'll be the same gist. So let's just go through it and see what the top properties are. So currently, our system works by top properties over 7% yield, particularly in targeted areas such as Glasgow and Edinburgh, and Stirling, I believe. More target locations can be suggested. We'd love to hear back from you and get more feedback as we develop the product. So currently, so we have some projected yields like 12%, 11%, like pretty good, right? All the way down to 7%. We felt like, well, like I say, we're still developing this. We'll probably add more properties in the future, more breakdowns, more a better format report. So let's go through. Let's look at the top property for today, just as an example. It's in Townhead, which is somewhere I have lived particularly. There's a lot of reports in Glasgow currently, just because we target that area a lot because it's a market that I know, and it's sort of been the baseline for what we have deemed profitable properties. But we are looking to expand, particularly into Edinburgh, especially, and also do more central belt sort of properties. But yeah, so this is in Townhead, which is a great area, and I'll explain why. Because I've been a student here, I've lived in Foundry Courtyard once upon a time, so I know this area very well. Also, where Still Game was filmed, or part of it, if there's a bit of trivia for you. But this is a particularly good rental area because it is right near the University of Strathclyde. Now, Glasgow is a booming student industry where we have University of Strathclyde, we have University of West Scotland, we have the College of Glasgow as well. We have obviously Glasgow University as well. So a lot of student rental market potential within Glasgow. This is particularly good just because it's right next to University of Strathclyde, right next to Glasgow Queen Street, great transport links, a very good property. It is slightly worn, but that is often diamonds in the rough, I would put it. So we have a lot of old carpets, old person's home, obviously, kitchen needs refitted, things like that. These things we can't particularly analyze. I'm looking to make a report on a blog post on this to explain more and go more into depth of the whys of why we can't predict these things. But like I say, you have to do your own due diligence to some extent, but like I say, still a great property. Like, it's not in bad shape. These buildings have been standing for decades now. Don't think they'll go anywhere. Yeah, like I say, I think it's refit, but like I say, there's a lot of student potential. There'll be someone willing to pay any amount of money for renting here. I think there's been reports of one bed flats going for over like 1,000 applicants within Glasgow city centre because they're just that in that high demand. Like, there'll be no lack of finding tenants. Maybe short term tenants, but either way, that's why you hire things like property management companies to do this for you. So you don't have to worry about this if you choose to go with that option. We are also looking to put that into our reporting, so sort of speculated based on if you would go for a property manager, you don't, and things like that. Go into more detail. This is a very sort of high level overview of the potential profitability of the report of a given property. So let me run you through the numbers here. So as you can see, so the price is 150,000, which is just the list price, as you can see at the top. We then have a down payment. The down payment and interest is based off of a buy to let mortgage at 25% down. So as you can see, it's calculated at 37,500 initial investment, just 25% of 150,000. Interest rate is predicted at around, I think it's a 6% APRC. Let me check I got that right. Yeah, I did get that right. Okay. Yeah, I know percentage. So yeah, it's based on a 6% APRC, which is then calculated and then factored in. So as you can see, at a 6% APRC, we can see that would be £690 per month-ish, just to pay off the interest on that. And then rent comes in at 2,215 projected. How we project rent is what we do is we ingest rental properties, and then what we do is, if you imagine a map, right? So if we look at a map of this property, so what we do is we get the coordinates of the property, and then we draw a circle of 500 meters around it. And then any rental property we find, within that area. We then we get the rent of the given property and divide by number of bedrooms. So essentially, we calculate the price per bedroom of in the average of the area. So we average them all out, and then we get an average price per bed, which I think comes out about 718, somewhere in the £700 to £800 range per bedroom per month. And then from that, we then use that to project rent for a given property. So this is a 3-bed property, so around 7,800 times 3 gives you 2,215 pounds per month. Which is, like I say, some properties can be slightly over, slightly under. These are more predicted to be more student-y properties, particularly, but like I say, do your own due diligence. Either way, if you predict the yield to be more or less, that'll be your own, that's your prerogative, right? But like I say, I believe that these statistics are particularly accurate, especially for where it is and what it could be worth, you know. I suppose most of them are based on a sort of ideal property state, but like I say, you can achieve these at margins. You can, for sure. So yeah, so that's a rundown of the report. So as you say, as you scroll down, there are even more great properties like 10%ers all over. And you can tell these numbers are accurate. You can do your own research into the local market, but there are some great properties here, even in our test report and even at this stage in our business development. So I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear what you think of the report, and any suggestions will be very welcome. And I hope you enjoy working with us, and we love working with you. Right. Thank you.